I got to get ready.
All right, I call these meetings to order and by the fund. All right, Psalms once again. I don't want this. Right. Roll call, President Jello.
President Colquitt,
President.
Vice President Bell, Chief of Staff Palmer, Deputy Chief of Staff Moore, Director Hammond, Assistant Director Dobbin, Director Sani, Assistant Director Botcha, Director Battle, Assistant Director Parker, Director Torrey, Assistant Director Campbell, Director Farmer, Assistant Director Johnson, Director Johnstone, Assistant Director MP Lucy. Director Edwards, Assistant Director Dixon, Director Etienne, Assistant Director Fletcher, Director Odesanya, Assistant Director Abdul, Director Wale, Assistant Director Ajayi, Director Brown, Representative Moore, Representative Tang, Representative Linsky, Representative Lewis,
President.
Representative Johnson, Representative Edwardsville, Representative Robinson, Designer Coxwell, President Pro Tempore Ryan, Senator Charles Drew, Appropriations Chair White,
Present.
Senator Liu,
President.
Senator So,
President.
Senator Agumezi, Senator Chen,
President.
Government Operations Chair Crosby,
President.
Senator Uma,
President.
Senator Holland, Senator Bendu, Senator Jackson,
President.
Senator Weems, Senator Gentry, Senator Thatch,
President.
Senator Vivian Wilson, Chief Justice Bennett, Deputy Chief Justice Olean, Associate Justice Sonia,
Right, approval of minutes. On. Any amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, seeing none, on. There's no speakers, any further participation, student concerns, anybody want in the gallery? Hearing none, seeing none. We're on the communications, Advisor Harris. As it might please.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. It's good to see y'all. I have a few really important updates, and want to make sure you all have what you need and that I can help you and support you in what's happening. So first thing, I'm out next week, all of next week, Monday through Friday. If you want to send me any positive energy, I'm going to Disney World. So that also means I'm unavailable. So if you think you need me, no, you don't. No, I'm just kidding. But I am gonna be out of the office. If you send an email, there's a slight chance I'll reply, but not likely. So keep that in mind. The executive board is a good second or helpful set of folks. If you need a professional staff member, Matt Leno is also the advisor for SGA. His office is just across the hall from you all. He can help you answer some questions if you need to. I have mentioned a couple weeks ago that, well, y'all know that Marnice vacated her position. In the interim, we have hired undergraduate students and have recently hired a graduate student to help support the front desk as students are coming into the office for help. That student starts tomorrow. His name is Habib. Oh my gosh.
Wait, Habib?
Maybe not, but Habib, you're thinking of? I know.
Yeah.
That was very interesting reaction. Is Habib a graduate?
He's in Idaho, guys.
No, not Habib from last year. Sorry. Sorry, I disappointed you all. But he starts tomorrow and his regular office hours will be Monday through Thursdays, usually in the afternoon. So anywhere between 12 and 5 or 11 and 4. He will work in conjunction with the 4 undergraduate students, so they're in this room, who sit up there at the front desk to support students who are coming through. They have their own instructions on how we manage that space. I would also ask, because I know y'all are a very caring, loving family group of students, that when there are undergraduate students who are sitting at the front desk, they are working. That means that if you are in that space together, that you let them work and that you complete your office hours or that your chill time happens away from the front desk and not at the front desk, okay? So eat your lunch, your snacks at the table, not at the desk. We want the space to be welcoming and inviting to the students who are visiting or for anyone who's visiting. I mean, it's hard to do that if there's a party happening at the front desk, okay? The next thing is that payroll timesheets are due Thursday at 5 o'clock, so 2 days from now. 10 a.m. on Friday is the last moment I have to approve your timesheets. So Thursday at 5 is my request so that I can review them Thursday evening and Friday morning and make sure y'all can be paid. So Thursday at 5, timesheets are due. I don't know if David sent his updates because I know he's absent today, but I do want to also make sure that budget committee, if you know you're on the budget committee, can you raise your hand for me, senators? There should be 6 of y'all, I think, or 7. 6, 7, was that 7? 8? Okay, so I don't think you've received an email yet, but I'm going to forward it from David since he's out of the office. The budget process is currently happening. So right now, organizations have the opportunity to submit a budget request for their initial budget. That initial budget process allows for groups to have David review what they submit for like errors or, if they need support in knowing what the rules are. After the initial budget process is specifically the final budget process, that deadline is the end of October, I think. And once that closes, you all will move into the budget hearing process. The email that I'm going to send is going to request that you fill out several links. I'm saying this out loud to you because we really need you to respond so that we know who will be present at which budget hearings. So that's part of David's announcement because I know he's absent today. The budget process is really, really important. It helps student organizations receive funding for the following semester. So senators, y'all play a really crucial role in that process. And so I'm gonna send an email hopefully while we're sitting here and then get it out to everyone. Sound good? I yield.
Pass the mic, please. Senator Shan.
Happy Tuesday. Because the committee has not had much work submitted for, especially for budget change. I have no report. For next week, we'll be planning on hosting a meeting and to giving the option for any senators that are in that committee to share whatever they are working on and if they need help in that time setting, or unless we get something popped up to work on as well. That I yield.
All right, last week, Monday, we reviewed Senate Bills number 9 and number 10. Number 9, we made some amendments in the committee, so we ruled that favorable. In the Senate Bill number 10, we ruled that we should be tabling that with some following conversation with that today. Next week, we will not be meeting because there's no legislation to go over, so you're free Monday. And then outside of government operations, me, Director Brown, and President Pro Tempore Rhines met with the Dean of the Center of Fine Arts and advocacy for those mental health days we've been talking about. We're 3 for 3, guys, so should be coming soon, you know, updates, get excited. And with that, I yield.
I'll be talking Tuesday, y'all. Not much to report. Oh, we did rule Senate Bill 9 and Senate Bill 10 favorable last week in our meeting on Wednesday. So thank you to all that came out. And then another meeting this Friday, 12:50. So please come out if you can. Thank you. With that, I yield. President Copeland.
Good evening, everybody, and happy Tiger Tuesday.
I was waiting for my seat.
So a few updates for you all today. We're continuing our collaboration with URG and the National Residence Hall Honorary. We'll likely be meeting next Monday, pending confirmation with members of that shared body, including a couple of folks in the room. But that's for an update on the student packages concerns that we shared in the last GA. I was also able to join the Graduate Student Association for the executive board meeting this week. And just share some updates on what SGA is up to. As I shared, they're a partner in shared governance. They are the graduate side of SGA. And so they're actually interested in partnering and supporting the mental health day initiative. So I'll be connecting you all with the president of the GSA to kind of have that support as we move forward, meeting with more deans. And so proud of you guys for, you know, taking that project on and really getting the support and getting stuff moving on that. I also know with Lori Armstrong, who's the Associate Vice President for Alumni Relations, to discuss ways that that office can better collaborate with SGA. I've mentioned some ideas that Senator Fithian Wilson and I discussed. We had like a lengthy discussion, a couple of them actually. So thank you for bringing those perspectives and ideas. And she'll be working with Chief of Staff Okoma for programming in the spring semester, including senior week for those seniors graduating this semester and next. And I also serve on the, as you guys know, the University System Maryland Student Councils, alongside Senator Crosby, who has sent out a call for USM Student Speaker Series. So if anybody has, if you're a good orator, you want to give a speech on a topic, you want to give a visual presentation, arts, music, movement, and more, to a statewide level with a statewide audience at the university system level, you guys can reach out and I'm happy to send out information regarding that, but that application is due on the 27th. And then again, as a reminder, the call for student region applications is fastly approaching. To serve as a student region, you have to either be a freshman or a sophomore with a 2-year commitment to the term. And I believe the second year is compensated by tuition or some other form of compensation. Essentially, the regents is SGA, but on a statewide level, representing 12 schools and over 170,000 students. So if you are interested in that, I know we have our freshman council rep here today. Please share that with your body and get those names forward of anybody that might be interested in that. Okay. And the last update I have for you guys is for our member of the week. Can I get a drum roll? Okay, so this person has worked hard since joining SGA to really help us connect with students. They're always thinking of new ideas, innovative outreach strategies, and you probably received an email from them today around 2 o'clock. So congratulations and thanks for all your hard work, Director Battle. Any questions?
There you go.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful fall break and returned re-energized. First, I would like to wish our government operations chair Cliff a happy birthday tomorrow. So, as we dive into the 8th week, make sure you are getting things done on time, including assignments and submissions. By now, you should have received notifications regarding the approval or denial of your weekly reports. If you didn't, just let me know. Yeah. And then, I also want to make sure that everyone's remembering to wear the appropriate GA attire, so no sneakers, and dress pants. And then I'm here to help, and I understand that unforeseen circumstances may arise. So if you ever struggle with a deadline or require assistance with anything, you need help, I'm here to help, and I'm more than willing to work with you to find a solution. So, any questions? All right, with that, I yield.
Hi guys, happy Tiger Tuesday. So for my comment this week, the breast cancer walk has been changed to next Saturday. So you guys will be getting an email, calendar invite from me soon. Also, if you have not gotten your polos or your quarter zips via myself, Deputy Moore or Jenna, make sure you stop by either after GA or sometime this week to get your polos and your quarter zips. Next is for the cabinet. To make sure that you're reporting every single expense on your internal expense sheet and following the directions for event planning process so that there's no backlog on the internal side of everything, as well as filling out everything that you need to, because if not, your events will start to get canceled. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. And then lastly, one-on-ones, signups for one-on-ones were sent out today via Deputy Moore, so make sure that you guys sign up first slot on that to be conducted next week. With that, I yield.
Public acting affairs. Use your mic, please.
No report.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Currently, right now, we don't have a report, but we will be meeting with Director Watson for sustainability, and we'll be talking about the sustainability fleet. Any questions? With that, I yield.
On the communications.
Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Y'all should have received an email in your inbox from SGA to the student body. Just look it over, let your friends know about it. Also let them know about the school-wide SGA group meet that we actually have. If you're not part of it, please join it. It's in the email sent out today. It's just gonna be, important information we'll start adding in there soon. We're just trying to build it up. Club of the week started off pretty well, I'd say. I know some people that went to the ESA meeting because of it yesterday, so thank you to those that went. We've actually been getting a good amount of emails from organizations wanting to be the next club of the week, so I'll be going through the different clubs and responding to all of them. And, glad that it's actually becoming a thing. So look forward to the next week's club of the week. And there will be a TikTok at the end of GA, yay. So please stay after GA for a quick second so that AD Parker can record it. Any questions? I yield.
Sorry, the public media outreach.
Hi,
So this past Saturday, we had the opportunity to volunteer at the Meals on Wheels. It was very successful. Thank you to everyone who came out. We also have another volunteering event this upcoming Friday. Today is the last day to sign up on the Sign Up Genius that was sent out. And don't forget to log your community service hours on Involved at TU. Don't wait till the end of the semester so that you guys can have it all put in before then. Any questions? With that, I yield.
Hi, everyone. So just one thing, I hope that you all plan to register for the Black Student Leadership Conference that is this Friday. If you have not done so already, please do so. Any questions? Thank you. Hi, everyone. Myself and Government Operations Chair, ignore that, Crosby met with the Dean of College of Health Professions. She confirmed her support, so that was pretty cool. So as Government Operations Chair Crosby said, we have 3 deans that are in support of the bill. Also, cuffing season boot camp is next Wednesday, October 25th from 5:30 to 7. Everything's being confirmed for that, so make sure you guys come out. Also, Director Battle sent out a Sign Up Genius if you have availability to help. And that is all I have for you guys. Any questions? Okay, with that, I yield.
Second Tuesday, we had a small meeting with Director Harris this week to discuss some things concerning Tiger Pride Day. The survey idea has unfortunately been scrapped, but if you did attend Tiger Pride Day in the past and have any concerns or comments that you would like to make about it, please approach me either in the office or after GA, and we talk more about it then. But yeah, any questions? I yield.
Special projects.
Hey guys, so just a reminder that you all should turn in your event proposal at least 3 weeks in advance. At least 3 weeks in advance. Please, and thank you.
Department of Marketing. Department of Student Services and Affairs.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I have a couple things to report. As Government Operations Chair Crosby said, him, myself, and Pro Tem Core Rhymes met with the Dean of College of Fine Arts and Communications, Carlo, today, and that went really well. So that was exciting. It just is nice to see this bill really getting on its feet. I had a meeting last week with President Colquitt to discuss some initiatives that we do have coming into fruition. So you'll have more information about that coming soon. Also, there was a meeting with the Hunger Free Task Force yesterday that I was unable to attend, but President Colquitt subbed in for me. So we will be collabing with them on a code drive. So if you do have codes maybe at home or something and you're going home soon, please bring them so that we can participate in the code drive and get those items to the hub for the students that really do need them. Any questions? Appropriation.
I just wanted to let you know that Codes for Kids also kind of gives codes out to helps out better. They do that for young adults as well. So
Okay, thank you so much. I just jotted that down. I'll bring that up in our meeting. Anything else? Okay, with that, I yield.
Research and Development. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, Department of Students Organizations. I'm keeping overread.
I don't know. Things we're doing.
All right. Department of Student Development.
Hello, everyone. So we had our first transfer council and freshman council meeting last week. So And National Transfer Week started yesterday, so check out new at TU and our Instagram page for the events we have planned. Any questions? And with that, I yield.
Military and veterans representative.
Hello, everybody. Hope your Tuesday's going good. Mine is, thank you for asking. I do have two real quick reports. The first thing is that today was a very big day, big grand day in the MVC. We had I gotta find the name. We had, I'm gonna get it wrong. We had the Secretary Anthony Woods for the MDVA, and that's basically the person in charge of everyone getting their education benefits. So that's over like 300 students, make sure everyone get their money for school. He visited us today, and it's a very big thing. I know you guys probably are like, we don't care, but I care, okay? And then the second thing is, there's two Towson students that were the top 20% in all ROTCs, like in the world. So shout out to them. We have very distinguished students here at Towson. Yeah! Any questions? Go Army, be Navy, who are you?
Athletic affairs representative. Wait. Okay, wait. Things like representative.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tiger Tuesday. Just a few updates from me. Greek Life is doing well. In the process of doing a lot of events that are happening across council. Some of the events that are happening today, in the NPHC Alpha Alpha is holding their Ox Battles event in Burdick 113, started at 5. So sorry. Delta Sigma Theta is doing their We Wear Pink event on October 25th in University Union, room 324. So if you would want to go check that out, definitely check that out. I'll have more information next week regarding that. A few more things from me. The canned food drive is it's happening currently right now in the Panhellenic Association. It's happening right outside the SGA office, and there's a box that should be outside of there where you can drop off donations to help people that are in need of food as we transition into the holiday season. So yeah, all the donations go to Wars There Philanthropies, and then you earn cap points and community service through it, I believe so. Lastly from me is, sorry, it was just on my mind. Ron Pie is doing or they can earn donations towards their philanthropies. And yeah, are there any questions?
University President, Government Representative.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you. So not a lot of updates. As President Colquitt mentioned, we are working on a packages initiative trying to go to the university with the students' concerns. So the survey, I finished the survey, and so that should either be, I'm either sending that out or our President Fletch is sending that out, but so hopefully that'll be sent to President Colquitt and the exec board soon. Once that is sent out, we will hopefully be able to gather student feedback with then we'll raffle off some I think we're raffling off like giveaways, and so we'll be able to go to the university with those concerns and be like, hey, here's our list of like issues that we've been having, and like moving forward, here's what we want you to consider. We are also working on a food drive between URG and NRHH for the end of November, but it's been halted a little bit because we're collecting clothes, food, and toiletries, but Food Share is currently in a difficult position. They're unable to accept those donations right now. So my email's in the roster. If anyone has another organization that they know that accepts donations, yeah.
Oh, more food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Would you mind emailing that to me? Would you, okay, thank you so much. Cause yeah, we're trying to reach out to Food Share, but they are in a slightly difficult position right now. That's all my updates. Anyone have any other questions? Anybody have any questions? That I yield.
Third generation, low income representative,
No report today.
council student representative.
Everyone. Previously mentioned by the new student development department. We had our first meeting last week. We're currently looking for new members, so if any student leaders like you guys would like to join Transfer Council, I would gladly appreciate it. And we also have any e-board positions available. And with that being said, you guys can spread the word to your fellow colleagues and friends. We are planning to end off Transfer Week with an event on Friday, October 20th. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would come out and support us. Like I said earlier, we had our first meeting, so we have so many events planned for the semester. So just be on the lookout on our Instagram. I yield.
Correctional council representative.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to be here for the first time. My name is Kayla McKnight. I'm the Diversity and Inclusion Chair. And I just wanted to say that we have an e-board set up. However, we're still looking for a communication and social media chair and also a treasurer. We are going to have a poetry slam coming up as well and a tabling event just so that we can get our names out there and get to know everyone here. And with that, I yield.
All right. Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. I don't have that much to report on today. Just a reminder that I am looking for speakers to come up to General Assembly meetings. So if you have anyone in mind that you'd like to hear from in regards to what they do and possibly asking questions about any clarifying questions in the area, you let me know by email, text, or if you see me on picture, let me know. For our senators, our voting system has finally arrived on today. And so you'll be hearing training about that in the next couple of weeks. That'll go out next semester, but you'll be getting trained on it this semester. And then lastly, our senators, I'll be sending out a sign up genius type of thing. And with Vassar Harris, because she has some new technology that she does with that. And for our one-on-ones, so you'll be seeing that possibly tomorrow. Or what day is that? Thursday. So yeah, just go look up for that. But yeah, that's it. That I get. Are there any opinions of the court?
There are none.
All right, senators, when I call your name, please just say here or present. Government Operations Chair Crosby. Present. Appropriations Chair White. Present. Senator Dodge. Present. Senator Duro.
Present.
Senator Gentry. Senator Lou.
Present.
Senator Stowe.
Present.
Senator Abu
Present.
Senator Chen.
Present.
Senator Uma.
Present.
Senator Holland.
Present.
Senator Bendu.
Present.
Senator Jackson.
Present.
Senator Williams. Senator Fithian Wilson.
Present.
Let me get that number for Advisor Harris real quick. We have 14 and we're missing 2, so we are at quorum. Now, before I ask for any motions, I'm going to make a recommendation that we strike Senate Bill number 9 off the agenda because of the financial policy. Senate Bill number 9 kind of breaks or conflicts with our governing documents. In Article 12, Section 1. Subsection A of our financial policy. I'll read it out for y'all. Section 1 is titled policy changes, and subsection A reads, changes in the financial policy for student organizations cannot occur during the budgeting period. However, changes can occur semester to semester with the recommendation of the Rules Committee and approved by 2/3 of the student body senate. So the budgeting window has opened up Student organizations are already like signing up to submit their budgets and meet up with David, so, well, Treasurer Wonga. So this does conflict with our financial policy, and I recommend that we strike Senate Bill number 9 off the record, off the agenda. But are there any motions? Appropriations, Chair White.
Mr. Chairman, and I just want to clarify this statement here. The treasurer sent an email to all the Senate leadership and fully outlining the schedule of when we would be starting budget hearings and the conversation about budgets. I was told October 20th, and I had the email to fully prove that we were not going to start until October 20th. So considering since the email isn't standing and it's October 17th, I feel like we're still in standing. And I have that email to prove it on top of that. However, I'm going to make a motion to still review, and I will leave it up to the hands of the Senate if they choose to pass it or not, based off of the email that I will happily submit into the record. If you would like to do that. So, Mr. Chairman, with that, I'm going to move to review on withstanding, and also on top of it too. If we pass this legislation, if
President Colbert.
you also said
Senator White, the email you're referring to says timeline, Monday, October 2, budget process opens. Student organizations have already began submitting their initial budget submission. My interpretation of this means that we are in the budget process. It's past October 2nd. Final initial budgets are due, hard deadline in 3 days. A number of organizations have already submitted this document, so we are in the budgeting process.
Appropriations, Chair White.
so. Again, I will resurface and send the email, the original email that said that it was the 20th. Our committee was also told this, which is why we were amending this in our approach committee at some point, where we were told that we weren't going to start till the 20th. So, and I will have to, and I'm pretty sure you will CC'd on that email, but I will happily do that. On top of it, even if the Senate passes this bill, on top, it goes to the court. The court can very much say that rules that the violation based off of whatever. So I will leave that also to the interpretation of the court and to the Senate. But considering since the original email I got was the 20th, I feel like we're in standing. So with that, I'm going to move to review Senate Bill 9. I'm going to let the Senate, now we'll leave it in the hands of the rest of the senators on their interpretation of how based off of this. And yeah, and I'm good with whatever the Senate chooses to do. But with that, I make a motion that I so move.
Is there a second?
Point of order.
Advisor Harrison.
Okay, this is a training moment. Your chair, so there's the pro tempore Ryan.
Point of order.
I'm in the point of order right now.
She can take it further, but the first one goes up front. She needs to state what rule has been broken.
She's about to get
I'm gonna tell you. So, your pro tempore Ryan, along with the President Colquitt, have already outlined what's happening here. Pro tempore Ryan read the legislation. He actually read the rules. Y'all heard that? Everybody heard that, yes?
Yes.
Okay, that is the rule being broken. What Chair White is sharing right now about an email that none of y'all can confirm, but that your advisor, the chair of this committee, and the president of this organization have already said, and President Colquitt has read out loud from an email that I drafted and that Treasurer Onwanga sent. We are currently in the budget process. Whatever email that Chair White is referring to is irrelevant because right now the budget process is open. If you move forward, you are all in violation of what pro tempore Rhines already read out loud to you. That is the point of order.
Point of information.
Regent Chair White.
So I want to be quite clear on this too. The president and the pro tempore of the Senate, yes, read the rules out. They have their interpretation of what the rules is standing. However, pursuant to our Constitution, their interpretation is not in what it says goes. That's what the Supreme Court is. That's what the justice's duty is. Their interpretation on what the document says, based off the timeline, based off the rulings, is based off of their ruling, not based off of their interpretation. And I can very much quote where it says that in our Constitution as well.
Attorney General Jello.
There's a motion on the floor, Mr. Chairman. You need to call, and it's improperly second. You gotta call vote.
Who seconded it? I hear that. Please state your second.
I second.
Thank you, Senator Lou. And with that, we now move into a motion on reviewing Senate Bill 49.
Motion to strike Senate Bill number 9 from the agenda.
Is there a second? Thank you, Senator Jackson. With that, we can now move to a vote on striking Senate Bill number 9 off the agenda. All those in favor? All those opposed? Abstaining?
Standing on the bill, right?
And with that, the motion is passed and Senate Bill number 9 has been struck off the agenda. Are there any motions on the floor? Government Operations Chair Crosby. Motion to review Senate Bill number 10. All right, is there a second? Thank you, Senator Drew. And with that, we now move to a vote on reviewing Senate Bill number 10. All those in favor? All those opposed? Abstaining? With that, the motion is passed and we can now move into reviewing Senate Bill number 10. Appropriations Chair White, seeing that you're the author of this bill, is there anything you'd like to say about it before moving into discussion?
So
the majority of the Senate was here in GovOps, was in GovOps yesterday. And we did some research and did some review. And we figured that we would still move the table it, but still have a discussion on why we're tabling it to make sure that it's on the record. As Advisor Harris has mentioned before, that we need to make sure that when we are in these meetings, we are on the record, we make records. So I'm going to move to, before we get into fully detailed and outline, I'm going to move to table this with a reason to debate or to debate it for a minimum of 20, I think, or whatever, for be able to debate it. I don't even.
Just to make it clear to everybody, just so everyone understands, what Appropriations Chair White just said, he wants to table Senate Bill number 10, but he also wants to explain why it's tabled. So just to make it clear that everyone heard correctly, he said that he wants to debate it before we table it. Debating means that only senators can talk. No one else can talk. E-board cannot talk. Advisor Harris cannot talk. Assistant directors and directors cannot talk. Chair White.
I want to amend my motion to debate with the suspension of our standing rules of order. Because well, okay, never mind. I withdraw that motion, speaking to my colleague. Let's move to, we're in the review session, so. Yeah, okay, awesome. So, withdrawing that motion on the review session, and directly based off of the research that we did in committee, I did some more in-depth research, today, as well as before we got to committee. Basically, I was struggling trying to find the policy to be exact about hours work and attendance that was posted on 076 of .10. So basically, in rules, there was a few different conversations, a few different things that got brought up about this bill and not being able to be effective on. Here's a point of order.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But nevertheless, in all that confusion, I still asked a few questions that weren't not directly answered. So me as a free thinking type of person, when I have questions in my head, I try my best to find the answer for them. So in rules, we talked about how the campus is open from 8 p.m. to 5. That was recommended and that was stated in Rules Committee that the campus stays and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That said, our office is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. However, it was truly stated that the university was open from 8 p.m. to 5. When I found the policy, according to Towson University's policy, the university's work week begins at 12 a.m. on a Wednesday and ends at 11:59 the following Tuesday of that week. The university's workday begins at 12 a.m. and ends at 11:59 p.m. Basically saying it's open 24 hours, 24/7, unless stated otherwise about holidays. Number 3 in that policy mentioned about the general work schedule being a minimum of an 8 to 5 workday, not a minimum. The second thing was about our standing. Do we have standing on this bill in this bill? Are we legally able to do this? Whatever. I spoke to my policy lawyer about this legislation, and I've also spoke to 3 professors, legal professors at Towson University about this piece of legislation, about the policies of what we're doing here. So when it was mentioned on Wednesday, the fact that we have bylaws, and mind you, this was supported, the fact that we have bylaws in the Constitution that was given to us the ability to be able to be established, basically kind of gives us that foundational standing to amend and edit it as of the body. Basically under our establishment in our Constitution, and it says it in our preamble, to ensure the personal freedom and general welfare of the student body, to promote principles of all aspects of diversity, and to continue in a traditional and responsible self-governance to hereby establish this Constitution. Basically, establishing our self-governance and ability to be able to do what we are able to do. Now, our Constitution also makes it clear that we are well within and should be in standing with policy of the university, but that's what our Constitution says for our power. So us as a body should be following and should be in standing with our Constitution and our bylaws first, especially our Constitution that's voted on by the student body, but Constitution, bylaws, federal law, and university policy afterwards. So however, if people feel like that's enough, don't believe me or whatsoever, this policy also states further in that individual departments and offices are authorized to establish specific procedures and or work rules related to hours and attendance to support operations, provided that they are in compliance with the policy and all other policies which may be applicable. So we are well within standing when it comes to this policy, Towson University's policy, and the original establishment of our Constitution. Yeah, that's basically what I've gotten from that. Most of you have seen this policy, but I've also taken the liberty to send it to all of you in our chat. So you also have to, and to also be able to submit that to the record as well. Yeah, but with that, I yield.
All right, so Senator or Chair White, I know the policy referencing 07-06.10 hours of work and attendance, right? And when you go to section 5, subsection A, subsection 3, where you're reading from, it says that the standard workday for part-time employees, which anyone on this payroll is a part-time student employee, is determined by the FTE and department scheduling. FTE stands for full-time equivalent. No one in this room is full-time equivalent except for our supervisor, Advisor Harris, who approves our timesheets. We are under the Department of Student Activities, which means any hours that you want to make flex or outside of the standard university operating hours, which this policy lists as between the hours of 8 and 5, have to be approved by the Department of Student Activities, by the supervisor that approves our payroll every 2 weeks, Advisor Harris. It's not within our authority to just flex and change university policy. That is not our function as an organization.
Point of information. Point of information.
Mr. White.
I just want to clarify a few things. First off, I didn't say that we were changing university policy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we are well within standing of university policy. And the implication of saying that Advisor Harris, again, which I said in committee, Advisor Harris is not the only advisor in that department. On top of it, I've also made the same statement and argument that we as a functioning body, based off the fact that we have constitutional and constitutional bylaws, don't always can and operate under that department. So it kind of goes under that standing as well.
Attorney General Jallo.
Just a question, what do you speaking to your policy lawyers have to do with a university student government association? Like, how does that correlate and why?
So I spoke to my policy attorney because they are knowledgeable at policy and organizational law. So when they read the governing documents, they can be able to better help me write a bill or better help me explain standing or the scope in this case to help defend the point of the bill. So that's why I did that. And that's why I spoke to 3 legal professors as well, that because this is dealing with a combination of organizational law and policy law. So that's why. I was just making sure I was getting another legal opinion to make sure that I'm writing it well within standing and accurate. I don't think that's an issue. Does anybody disagree with that?
Government Register Crosby.
Guys. So as most of the senators who were in GovOps, we kind of read this policy out loud, but prior to what President Colquitt just mentioned about full-time employees and who we adhere to, I just want to reiterate also for the record, and the reason that we recommended that we table this in committee, it just sounds like this is a conversation that just needs to be had with the correct people. It doesn't sound like something that we need to try to strong out of somebody or play semantics within policy. If this is something that people are actually trying to accomplish, it just sounds like there needs to be a conversation. So, we're already tabling it. I think it's good that we had this conversation on the record, but it just sounds like this is something that we have to continue to
get more information about, get more understanding and insight on, and go from there if there's something that people are trying to pursue. It's just me.
Vision Chair White.
So to government operations share statement, I just want to be clear, I agree. This and us tabling it was because we wanted to, one, do a little bit more research and have a little bit more meetings with a few more people. And I've scheduled a meeting with HR this week. I'm reaching out to general counsel this week, reconfirm. There's a few things that I'm taking steps for, and I invite any senator that would like to join along the way, or any director that would like to join along the way about this legislation that would like to be there. But yeah. There are any other hands up before I make a motion?
Vice President Bill.
All right, so just want to make a quick statement. So over the past few years, the SGA has been able to foster a tremendous relationship with administrators here on this campus, from where it used to be wasn't the best. This is as Ambassador Harris has stated, as President Copeland has stated, as multiple members of this SGA has stated, and I would literally put it up right here, where it says, according on the Towson University, Towson.edu/SGA, it states, Student Government Association gives our location and they give out hours according to university policy and university procedures and practices. 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. I'll let you get that, we'll get to that later. I've told you this, I've told a whole lot of people this before, and I'll tell you again. Everything doesn't require a bill. It requires a conversation. If this goes through, will it make a change? No, because it's against university policy. Ambassador Harris has stated it again and again. President Copeland has made it clear. I'm making it clear. This is just not it, and like a better words to say, and what shall I say, layman's terms. Yeah, with that, I am.
Senator Fitzgerald Wilson.
I just wanted to say that that is why in government operations, we had the conversation about the logistics of this bill and why we are discussing different actions and different ways to go about this, because we are not moving forward. We're not looking at this as office hours, and you will hear more about that in the future. But this is just, it's beyond office hours, and we just need to approach it from a different angle. So that's why Government Operations Chair Crosby said what he said. Thank you.
Government Operations Chair Crosby.
Rest of my first time saying what it was. Just to add on to that, what that conversation looked like, just also on the record. This just sounds like something, one of the conversations we've had in government operations was that the policy had used a lot of language that we would assume is pre-COVID. And this is something that senators want to pursue. This shouldn't be a Senate bill, but something we're trying to change within university policy, not just about SGA, but just becoming more accommodating to what hybrid hours looks like. Because I tried to give senators the due diligence of reading the policy top to bottom and just realizing that it doesn't reference anything about hybrid hours for any departments or any offices. And, we're in a new time, new technologies, things of that nature. So that would be the quote unquote new direction, a new idea that has come from this. So again, that's why we're trying to table it. Just let it get tabled. But I yield.
Vice President Bill.
So table is, if that's what y'all want to do, by all means, but that's just being around the bush, and I'm here to just set things straight at the moment. You said pre-COVID, people weren't getting COVID that much. We had legislation last year that actually stated from Senator McGuire, stating that because simply that COVID numbers are down and we want to get things back to normalcy, that we want to bump up the numbers of occupants that are allowed in rooms. And in lieu of that, just I'm making a comparison because you said in new terms in COVID, in this COVID era. But even less, even the semester I was in the Senate, so all 22. We spoke about trying to move away from that COVID area and trying to go back to type of normalcy. So,
Not germane. It's not even germane is what we're on.
well, it's called a comparison, something that you do a lot. So back to what I was saying, so the comparison is, speaking of coming back from COVID hours, COVID era. Will this be allowed, like, normalcy is 8:30 to 5, according to the university website. So why are we trying to stick to normalcy and trying to pair off from something that just doesn't need to come into practice? With that idea.
I would, oh, can I- my pre-COVID comment was just about the fact that it didn't reference anything of hybrid or any type of working online. It was just strictly in the office, which obviously offices allow some sort of hybrid, not completely hybrid or anything like that. That was just what that comment was about. I'm not here to play semantics about COVID numbers or anything like that. I promise.
President Colquitt.
I promise this is the last y'all hear from me on this. But I just think we should not concern ourselves with stuff that does not matter. I'm working with Senators Charles Duru and Bindu on stuff that matters about meals and packaging. I'm working with Senator Cynthia Wilson about her initiatives for green products on campus. There is a university policy for teleworking. We do not work for HR. This is not something that has impacted our ability to function as an organization. I just don't see why this is before us and why we spent weeks and weeks arguing. You guys have literally been yelling at each other, fighting. It's not that serious. We don't have the power to change this thing. You don't have the power to enact this. The same with the first bill we reviewed. I just thought, like, you can go and review the HR policies, and there is a teleworking policy if you wish to consume your office hours of doing that. I just think like there are bigger issues ahead of us. There's a lot more stuff we can work on together and not stuff that we literally just can't implement because it's out of the purview of our jurisdiction. That's all. And with that, I do recommend you guys strike this bill down.
Mr. White.
I want to take time to mention a few things. First off, that site said 8:30 to 5, right? You pull that up. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So that means, generalized question, I'll yield to anyone who has this question. That means if I show up to the office at 8:30 and start logging my office hours at 8:30, I'll get credit for it, right? Not for that 9 to 5, right?
Correct.
Yes?
Correct.
Yes.
So that email that we got that says 9 to 5 is not a thing, right?
Attorney General Jallo.
I would just like to say I am a human being and I do make errors. So me missing 30 minutes off, there's a difference between 8:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. and it's 30 minutes. So, yes, you will get your 8:30 a.m. approved. Anything else?
Yeah, so I just also want to generalize state here that this 9 to 5 time has kind of
Okay,
been a general thing. Speaking to Damon Edwards, past VP, who said that it was a general thing last year, which was never enforced. But I just want to
yes.
make that clear.
Point of clarification.
I'm gonna
Attorney General Jallo just said it was 8:35. So you focus on the 9 part, it doesn't matter.
matters.
It's irrelevant. She just cleared it up for you. It's irrelevant.
Point of information.
Representative Linsky.
Office hours are when employees come in and when people can come visit the employees for appointments. I'm just curious. Employees come in before the customers, right? Just out of curiosity. So 8:30 is when we would come in, 9 is when, just spitballing here. Employees come in before the people that need the employees come in.
I yield to Director Brown.
Okay, want to touch on what the representative said. We are in office. This is not Chick-fil-A. We don't need to be there an hour early to prepare anything. If I walk in the office, put my bag down. For example, I did it earlier. I had a meeting at 3:15. I got there at 3:15. The person walked in at 3:15. We had the meeting. We don't need to be there wee hours in the morning to prepare for students to come see us. 9 times out of 10, students are not coming to see us at 8:30. 9 times out of 10, someone will be in the office when someone is in there. Like, this conversation is tired. There's no resolutions on the floor. Last year, by this point in the semester, we would have had at least 3 to 4 resolutions on the floor, but y'all just keep making Senate bills. Like, it's really tired, y'all. We are supposed to be helping the student body, and all y'all are doing is changing the documents. So please, if it's not a resolution, keep it. I yield.
Senator Vivian Wilson.
I would like to say to that President Colquitt has mentioned, there are a lot of initiatives and actions going on behind the scenes that the senators are making efforts to do things for the student body. Just because it doesn't come to the floor doesn't mean like that it isn't happening. And of course, I, as a senator, have the best interest of the students, and of course, I'm not proposing these bills, but action is happening. I don't want it to look like nobody's doing anything because we are making an effort for the students. Thank you.
Senator Vivian.
Hi, I just want to make, I guess, 2 points. Well, one of them is like a quick question for real. I think at a certain point within the conversations we've had, kind of in this space and in government operations, the committee meetings, we've kind of been continuing against Advisor Harris's recommendations. And I know we talked, or at least like President Colquitt and Senator Pro Tem Rines have also like mentioned that, I mean, our advisor is Ms. Harris. We have, I guess, other people listed, and I guess as a part of the process, but I don't think that we should necessarily alienate Advisor Harris's very valid opinions. Like, she's not an advisor just because they're willy-nilly and just choosing anyone, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, that was my one point. And then my other thing I wanted to say was, I guess like kind of regarding what Representative Brown, Director Brown, yes, said, I don't think necessarily this should be the focus as of this point. I mean, we already tabled this from last week. This was introduced October 10th, it's October 17th. If we table it again, it's next week, what, the 20-something? So even if we continue it and we table it in, I mean, third time we're talking about this is next week again. And I mean, Senator Vivian Wilson is correct. We are making moves behind the scenes, but I feel like the focus is on these like separate things that we don't have like the space to bring it forward. When, I mean, we are working on things, it's just the timing. Like, when are we gonna do it if we're talking about this 3 weeks long? And then we bring another thing, we talk about it 3 weeks long. You know? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Everybody has great context to that. Happy for that. Gonna go ahead and motion that we should strike Senate Bill number 10. Yeah.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you. And with that, we now move into a motion to strike Senate Bill number 10. All those in favor? All those opposed? Abstaining? With that, the motion is passed and Senate Bill number 10 has been stricken off the agenda. Are there any announcements? Now, 12:01. You going to ring the bell? Are there any announcements? Chief of Staff Cole?
Hi all, so this week's meeting is gonna be fun, it's gonna be. So just come out. Yeah. So make sure y'all come on Thursday. That's about it.
Supervisor Harris?
The CAB, Fifth Activity Board, CAB, is posting their, what is it called? Friday night, so 5,000. Don't know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so 5,000 is on Friday. Friday also tickets for Six Flags Fright Night become available, so if you're interested, that trip is the following Saturday, the 28th, I think. So if you're interested in going to Fright Night and Six Flags, those come available Friday. Friday night is also to 9,000.
Director Battle?
Picked up.
No.
I was skipped during communications. I was supposed to read Treasurer Wanda's report, but we didn't get to that. But it's okay if I just run through a few things. He says Happy Taco Tuesday, the budgeting process is in full swing. This Friday, initial budgets are due. He forwarded budgeting committee details to the FA about FAC meetings, budget hearings, and budget deliberations if needed. And he said so far, the only sign up that he's seen is from Senator Rhines, Pro Tem Rhines. So that's not ideal, as initial budgets are due this Friday and FAC starts this week. So if you are a part of budget committee and yet to sign up, please do so by Thursday. Any questions? Okay, you can sign up.
Just one quick announcement from me. Senators, going forward, I know like I've been asking you guys to submit your initiatives and, you know, come up with things on your own. But going forward, me, Senate leadership, as well as Vice President Bell, we're gonna kind of compile some types for you to complete, so you guys have some sense of direction, just to help you out a little bit. But I hope that works for y'all. Government Operations Chair Crosby?
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I say.
Appropriate Chair White, thank you. With that, we now move to vote on adjournment. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? With that, the motion is passed. We adjourn.
I'm sorry. Can you all take your binders back down to the office and can you put your nameplates in the box and let's go on? Thank you. Yeah.